I'm JR Dziengel. I'm a friend of Paul's, and sure maybe you've heard about me a couple times. And nice to talk to you, all you Paul and Matt fans and friends. Today I'm going to be reading from one of Paul's books, Two More Stories, his most recent book by Paul and Matt. Paul's written a few books, and they're all fun and thrilling and interesting, and there's a lot of Paul in some of the books. So I'm going to read from Two More Stories, and I hope you are listening. And if you want to find Paul's books, you know where to get them on Amazon. And do some reading. Summer's coming, and it's always good to have a book around when you're relaxing. So I'm going to start from Two More Stories. This story is called One Way or Another, and I'll start on page 23. Here we go. Thank you for listening. The sun set there to the west, slowly over the ocean horizon. A few people, a family no doubt, let it go and picked up their beach gear and headed wearily to their car. Randy watched, a glass of wine in his hand, a pan of hot dogs on the small grill, a glance occasionally to the house next door. How could he approach, gain information? He wasn't a real detective, after all, private or otherwise. The detectives in books he'd read usually have some sort of authority and knew what proper questions to ask. He could think of questions, but there was no authority behind them. Wait, there was. He heard the shot. He lived right next door. He had a legitimate reason to find out what happened. So the next morning, he went there and climbed the stairs from the beach and knocked on the door, hiding his nervousness. The husband opened it. He was taller than Randy recalled. There was the start of a mustache on his upper lip. Yeah? Hi, I'm, Randy from next door. Yeah, do you want something? His attitude was irritating, so Randy grew more forceful. Yes, I do. A couple of nights ago, noise I heard? What noise? Gun going off? What is it? What was it? Mr. Irwin only hesitated a second, then smiled. Oh, that. Misfire. But it's none of your business. Sure it is. I live there. He pointed unnecessarily to his place. The line of fire, possibly. Certainly, so sorry. It won't happen again. He began to close the door. Like all good private detectives, Randy put his foot inside, against it, to block it. But unfortunately, he was wearing sandals. Mr. Irwin chuckled. What? Well, Randy said steadily, one more question. Weren't the police here again? Yes, but there's no trouble. Now kindly remove your foot or I'll smash it for you. Will you? He kept his foot there. Irwin made to slam the door. In a split second, Randy pulled his foot away, just in time. The door shut forcefully. He breathed a sigh of relief. What next? Randy moved away, went down the outer staircase to the sand, shaking a little. He walked up and down in front of a few other houses, pondering the way things were. Something funny going on, but what could he do? Leave it alone, his practical side instructed. Find out more, his daring side responded. They could be criminals in there, his practical side advised. All the more reason to get to the bottom of it, his stupid side answered. Wandering back to his house, waving at a jogger near the water, and worrying as he climbed his stairs for his safety, Randy felt nonplussed. That evening, he did a few chores, wrote, read, trimmed his toenails, exercised briefly, showered, sat at peace, sort of, drinking beer. The phone rang once, but he let it go to the message machine. He heard no noise next door. And then it goes on, and you got to find out what happens. So pick up 2 more stories, or if you have it, read it. If you don't have it, pick it up, read it, and then that way you can find out what happens in one way or another. The first story, and it's not that long of a book, so you can get through it fast. And the second story is called Deadlines. And there's a picture by Paul, or by me, of Paul. Can you see it? There you go. All right, thank you guys for listening. I hope you're having a great day wherever you are out there. And yeah, hopefully we'll talk soon.